Hello mirrors. So today I am going to be doing a general reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of July. If you're new here, welcome to Law of Attractions and Mirrors Tarot, where we use the cards as a tool to help integrate the fragments of ourselves into one so we can self-actualize into the people we're born to become. With this knowledge, we can begin to manifest all of our deepest desires if we simply take responsibility for our power. Okay guys, I want to just give a shout out to my recommended vids playlist. It has a really good selection of videos to aid you on your spiritual journey, especially with law of attraction and shadow work, that kind of thing. Go ahead and give my channel a subscription, a subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, that's what I'm trying to say. If you are new here, I'd love to have you. And let's go ahead and see what's going on. I'm going to do a couple cards for the general energy for July for you guys. So we have King of Pentacles in reverse and Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So you guys might be a little bit out of it as far as the physical world goes. You may not really be feeling in your element. You may be waiting for some things to happen that may or may not show up this month, but when I see the two Pentacle energies in the reverse, I really would like to reiterate that it's times like this that it's really important to gather your energy within Aries. And with Aries being a fire sign and just overall being kind of a dominant sign, you may have more masculine energy. So this month may be a really good time for you guys to really focus on that internal feminine energy and letting things flow. So even if what you want isn't going to happen this month, and you know, I don't know, we'll see what else the cards say. Just if things don't look the way that you want them to, work on visualizing, meditating, and accepting the natural flow of things, because you know all of this happens for a reason. There is divine timing and things will happen when they're meant to. With Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, I always take this as a slow and steady wins the race, but maybe this month, if you do take some outward action towards your goals, maybe take big steps rather than small steps, okay? And again, don't be afraid if things are not looking as you expect. That doesn't mean that you aren't manifesting them, because whatever you put your mind to, you can manifest. So this is, I'm going to kind of do a progression. So you're going to start off July with, let's see, Six of Wands in the reverse and Eight of Cups in the reverse. Let's go ahead. Mid-month is going to look like the Fool, clarified by Knight of Swords in the reverse, and by the end of the month, your energy will be at the Empress with the Five of Wands. Okay, so let me go ahead and look at these and kind of break it down. With Six of Wands in the reverse, clarified by Eight of Cups in the reverse, there may be something you're having trouble walking away from. It's kind of this feeling of holding yourself back. Like you're destined for a lot more, but there's something that you're having trouble of letting go at the beginning of July, Aries. It's really important that when things are not emotionally aligned with us, or aligned with us in any way, really, like emotionally, mentally, I wouldn't necessarily say physically, because that is our 3D world that can be altered, but whatever it is that you may be struggling to walk away from is kind of keeping you from your goals, keeping you from being victorious. However, I do see that in the middle of the month, or maybe just throughout July, you're going to be in the full energy, and it is clarified by the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So you may be starting something new, a new project, or just having an overall new mindset. So Knight of Swords, he just like, I always think of Knight of Swords as just being so, like, his thoughts, he just kind of has a stream of consciousness, like very presumptuous, sometimes even thinking the worst of things or thinking the best of things. So with it in the reverse, I really feel like you're going to be able to start this new frame of mind and this new adventure by calming your mind and by thinking things through. And that may be some advice for you this month, Aries, because then again, by the end of this month, we have the Empress. And like I said before, we have these two masculine pinnacle energies in the reverse, but then by the end of the month, we have the Empress. And with Five of Wands, a lot of times this can be kind of like a negative card, but in this situation, I really think of it as saying, use whatever happens this month, the people around you and all of that, rather than being competitive with them. Understand that what is happening is ultimately for your highest good, so you can start to create these things in your life that you are wanting to create. Because in this deck, the Five of Wands, it's like they're kind of building this wand structure up to get to the light. And that's the way I think of it in the positive term with the Empress here, because Empress is very flowy. The Empress is feminine energy, so it's letting things go, letting things happen. That's the main message I see from all of this, is that even if you aren't getting exactly what you want, in order to start getting in the mindset where you can manifest these things, it's going to require a lot of surrender this month and letting go of things that are no longer meant for you. But I do see that you are going to be able to do that this month, as long as you do it and you don't resist so much, because a lot of it's very easy to resist when things aren't going our way. Okay, but let's take a look at some oracle cards to get a better idea of maybe some specifics, because this is of course a very broad message for all of you guys. So I'm going to take an energy card and see. There we go. Journey. Yeah, so to me this is very Fool-like. So with this, you may literally be going on a journey. If you're going out of town or out of state, or even, just doing something different, especially with the world being in the situation that it's in. It may be time to step out, and I don't mean put yourself at risk, but like a walk in the park, that kind of thing. Or it could be a journey of the mind, maybe some deep meditation, maybe some plant medicine for some of you guys. I always think of that as a good journey. And then if not, this is again talking about starting something new. So it's very much aligned with the full energy, which is really great. So then let me take one of these cards. And we have intimacy. So again, to me, this is really talking about the flow of feminine energy. So in fact, this might also have to do, because you see they have the fire and the ice together, having to do with the intimacy in your own self, within your own being, with the masculine and the feminine energy. Of course, this is just intimacy in general. So this month, definitely take time to, concerted effort in order to be aligned with people, go deeper with people. It's not always about this external, oh, let me go and do and run around and get everything done. A lot of times it's just about those moments in time where you're connecting with someone deeply and you're opening up and you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Because if you are having trouble manifesting these things, and when I see this pinnacle energy, I feel like you have very big hopes and dreams, but you may not be aligned with that because there's something internal that perhaps you'll uncover as the month goes on, because this is coming up right under this Eight of Cups, which is about leaving something or a person, that kind of thing, that is no longer emotionally serving you. It could also be just a fear of intimacy, and this right here is saying be intimate. which is that's really beautiful, because even though intimacy is difficult, you can't really go wrong with it. I mean, like intimacy, I'm not talking about just, sexual stuff. So let me go ahead, get one of these fairy cards. See what's going on, Aries. We have fairy lovers, new love, courtship, romance, falling in love, and it's in the reverse. Wow. So we have intimacy and that. So it's interesting. So you may actually be going through a breakup, or it could be that maybe a relationship that you were hoping for. It could just be in the phase of getting to know each other. That's what I think of with intimacy. To where it could be like a friendship that you're working on becoming, getting deeper with that person, but it's not actually showing up in the physical world yet. But you know what? I feel drawn to get clarification on this. Because when we have these two cards popping up together with Eight of Cups, this isn't a love reading, but this is what's coming up. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, yeah. So, and one also fell in my lap. Page of Cups and Nine of Pentacles. Wow, okay. Yeah, so this month may not be a good time for you to start something new. So for a lot of you, this is definitely about this intimacy within yourself, or being vulnerable with friends or whatever. I think that's why this came up with intimacy, because like I said, intimacy doesn't have to be romantic at all. So this could be saying to be vulnerable with your friends, be intimate with your friends, and with Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and which is often about creating something new, like making something happen in the real world, like a new relationship, and fairy lovers in the reverse. And then Nine of Pentacles, which is a very like singular, strong, independent person energy. This is probably not the best month to start something new as far as like romantic relationships go. But it is definitely the time to open up to friends, open up to yourself, even being intimate with yourself, like as far as journaling goes, so you can discover yourself on a deeper level. Let's see, heal yourself. Let's see, what is the main way Aries can heal themselves this month, or the month of July rather. Only trying to get one. And we have sadness. Okay, so this is getting in touch with the sadness. I don't know if I'm going to do love readings this month, guys, but if I do, I would strongly suggest whatever comes out for Aries, because this is really saying something. There's some sadness in the past that needs to be addressed at this time, some hurt, some past wounds from childhood, from a past relationship, from a betrayal, whatever it is. It's time to address it this month. That's why we're getting all this feminine energy of going within, and instead of looking at it like sadness as an obstacle, as something that is keeping you from attaining what you want, or keeping you from being intimate and vulnerable with other people, looking at it as a way to get more in touch with yourself, more in touch with your desires, and understand that vulnerability is power. It's not weakness. And in our society, we, especially for men, if there are men watching this, or even if you have a more masculine energy where you're more likely to dissociate, that kind of thing, we don't teach men how to be vulnerable, and that it's okay to be vulnerable, and we act like it's some like feminine, over emotional thing. But having strong emotional intelligence is really important, especially if you are hoping to attract someone new into your life, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick one of these cards. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. Oh, beautiful. So Akasha, I think, is also talking about the Akashic records. So you might want to look into that this month, since you seem to be very in tune with your feminine internal energy. But the message here being your guidance is divinely guided. So please trust your heart. Sometimes we get really focused on what logically makes sense. I find that true, especially true for fire signs. Sometimes they find it difficult to get more in touch with the quiet side. And when you quiet your mind, that is when the universe can converse with you, can talk to you, and give you those messages, which is really great. That's really beautiful, and we all need that, you know. Let me check out the Moonology. Okay, that one wanted to come right out. Communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Okay. So again, like I was talking about with intimacy, not just being sexual, the intimacy this month is talking to people. Talk through your problems, talk through what's on your mind. Again, if you struggle with this, or you don't really feel like you have anyone to kind of pour yourself out to, journal or meditate, do shadow work. It's important this month because I feel like you are connected in a divine way to the universe. And so to utilize this energy, I swear this card comes out almost all the time when I do this. Sun Goddess, celebrate each sunrise and recognize the healing energies of the sun. So with this, I feel like this is also talking about a morning routine. So maybe what I'm really picking up with this is that maybe in the mornings you can work on journaling, or even writing your dreams. What kind of dreams did you have? What are the messages you received from them, or what are the symbols that you noticed in the dreams? But also just having a routine that you can do every morning. Like my routine is simple. It's making my bed, and then I do like 5 minutes of visualization and go brush my teeth and wash my face. Like that's my little morning ritual. It only takes like 15 minutes, and it can set the mood for your day. So this month, really focus on a morning routine. And also another message is just the sun in general. Like the sun in tarot is about positivity. It's about happiness. It's about joy. And that may be where universe is kind of asking your mind to be, to look at everything from a positive light, to be able to open up to people, because ultimately you understand that that is the best thing for your soul. Okay. And I'm going to finally end with a little message from the universe to guide you guys for July. We have, I have found the one that my soul loves. Okay, so for some of you, this means you are in a current relationship and you do love them, but you know, this month is not really the time to start anything crazy. But you know, that sounds weird, but to maybe move forward with it. This is more a month for you and understanding your power internally, but also a lot of times I take this card to mean that you are finding love within yourself, and that will be replicated outside of you. So even though this isn't a love reading, there's a lot of like love vibes coming out. It could also mean that if you do this work, you will be putting yourself on the path to find that person. Of course, this has a lot of different meanings for different people, and whatever resonates, take it and leave the rest. Okay. But that's it, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I do post new videos. Go and check out my pick a cards. I think they're really fun. I think that you'll like them, and they may help you understand a little bit deeper on whatever the situation is. They are timeless. So, you know, you can look at some of my older videos and they will still be relevant to now. And if you have other signs, if you have other places in your chart, like, you know, your moon and rising sign, go and check those out as well. Okay, guys, that's it. I love you guys. Bye.